listen, I love this toy line. I love it to death. But I can't wait. I can't wait till it's over. I have my Justice League. I have most of the villains I want. You know, Bane and the Joker and the Penguin and the Riddler. You know, when it's over, I'll be grateful that it happened. And if Mattel makes some amazing line, I'll pick and choose. Who knows? Who knows what I'll do? But man, sometimes you got to ask yourself, is the juice worth the squeeze? We will find out. I will tell you why this was such a kerfuffle to get and try to give you some insight as to how you may get the figure. I don't know. Let's get to what's going on with this Hawkgirl on a Monday Toy Games. Toy Games! That's you and me, baby! Toy Games! I can't take it anymore! It's Toy Games! I get a message from a friend of the channel of Raw Dog. Hey, heard GameStop is doing a stealth drop on Hawkgirl today. You better get to your local GameStop. And sure enough, at the minute I open up my phone or go to Facebook, everyone in the McFarlane DC Multiverse group, well, obviously not everyone, but sure enough, people were finding her at their GameStop. My local GameStop has some nice employees, but one of them doesn't care about toys. I could have asked her for the new Kenner Ultimate Stefan Urkel figure, and I would have gotten the same response that I did when I asked her if the McFarlane Hawkgirl came in. So I go there. No Hawkgirl. Hawkgirl right now is only at GameStop. So today I went there. Cool kid that works there, Matt. He looks up in the inventory, says there's a few in some of my local GameStops. Here's what I do when this situation arises. I start to drive to the next nearest one, and I call the furthest one. Or the opposite. I don't know. I call one as I'm driving to one to kill two birds with one stone in case you get lucky. And sure enough, the one that I was driving to had her in stock. That's part one. Okay? Is availability, a stealth drop of GameStop. You know, it's fine that it's GameStop because GameStop has been getting in toys like crazy for some people. The other thing is she was $38. I don't know if that's a tariff thing. I don't know if that's because she has wings. I mean, Hawkman was $30. I don't know. I don't know what the heck is going on with that price point. So you have high price point, low availability, strange release. So with that out of the way, and thankfully I had a $5 coupon and some points. That's why I always love GameStop. You know, they don't price gouge on figures as much as you think. Maybe $1, but when you factor in, you get a discount if you're a member. You get points if you buy shit there. You can trade in stuff. I never understood the hate for GameStop. If you play your cards right, like right now, if you own that Deadpool game, because it's hot right now because of the movie still, you get $35 for the Deadpool game. I don't know. If you play your cards right, like I just said, you can get some trade-in value and knock down prices. And you might say, well, they still don't give you what you should get. Does Old Navy let you trade in an old pair of jeans for a new pair of jeans? Other than a car dealership, and maybe FYE used to do it with DVDs, where else can you trade in something to lower the price? I will wait for your response. Anywho, with that out of the way, she does not come with this flight stand. So I will get her off the flight stand and we will talk about what I like and what I dislike.
So anyways, let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
I think the legs Our Wonder Woman definitely looks like the same shoes and boots and legs and the same dumper. So she might have some height issues. I do have a height mod. If you dig into my paint apps and mods, I have an easy height mod. I may do that. I don't know. I don't care about the platinum one on this one. I think these colors look just as good. I really like the face. I like the mask. I like the wings. There's some paint in there. These are different wings from the Hawkman. They have articulation. They are on a ball back there. The paint apps look good. I don't like the shoulder washers on female figures. Like, you really have to spend some time getting her in the right pose to not see that space in there. So that bothers me. We're gonna cut real quick because I have it in like autofocus and I don't want to get things to get screwy. So sometimes this doesn't happen, depends on the washer, depends on the figure. When you have a tight washer, it's fine, but you see as you move this arm around, it gets real ugly. And on my Wonder Woman, I actually just glued it in place. So now you're just dealing with the arm and getting the arm in a good position rather than the arm and the shoulder washer, if that makes sense. And honestly, the more I've owned McFarlane figures, the more I've realized it's really a fake. It's really the illusion of a butterfly joint. I mean, you do get some depth, I guess. Sometimes I'd rather just not have it, if I'm being honest. But most of the male heroes or bigger heroes, you can get it into a good position where it doesn't drive me nuts. With thinner figures, I know the Silver Age Joker kind of drove me nuts, and Wonder Woman, and now Hawkgirl. But other than that, and maybe the height, which we're going to get into, and balancing, because these wings are heavy. Like I said, they're articulated, and they're on a ball. There's that big derriere I mentioned. They're nice looking wings, but they're heavy. They are heavy, and without the stand, you're going to have some trouble standing this character up, which is not good. That's why I'm probably going to keep her in that flight stand, which she didn't come with, which is very screwy. I don't know what this upper torso is, who they used, but I like that there's some meat there. There's no budget cuts. That looks good. Doesn't look like the back of the box, but it looks really good. I like that her stomach, if you want to do that Supergirl mod or swap out with the torso, she'd be great for that. But then, this figure is so expensive. And when a figure is expensive, it limits what you could do for customs. You're not going to double dip on a $38 figure. That's crazy. Her weapon looks good. It's a shame there's no way to holster it, because she often, even on the back of the box, it's holstered. So why not give us a loop to holster it? She's a striking looking figure, though. I'm glad I found her. I'm glad it's over with. I'm sure everyone in chat is going to say definitely not at that price point. And I don't think I can disagree. Price point is king. But like I said, I got that $5 discount and I had points to knock it down. Got her for about 28 bucks. I really like this figure. I don't have many complaints. Let's bring in Hawkman and maybe another figure for some height comparison. Hawkman is taller. That's good. I'm gonna guess that I never really put Hawkman up against a lot of other characters. So let me grab some other Justice League members and yeah, right back. Yeah, see, she's the same height as Red Tornado. I'm not really liking that. I'm probably going to do that height mod. It helps a ton and actually lines up that yellow line that is on her boots. I forgot to mention she comes with extra hands. She does have matching fist hands, which is a rarity for McFarlane, which is strange. 2 grabbing / trigger finger hands. 2 matching reaching out hands, which are great for dynamic flight poses. This is funny because I sold a majority. I sold all my DC Universe classics and my that's the Mattel line, right? And my DC Direct stuff. I sold that about 4 or 5 years ago, but I kept this Hawkgirl because she's a classic, really classic, Silver Age almost Hawkgirl, and there's no comparison obviously as a toy. But what's nice about that figure is, come on, the helmet comes off, or the mask, which is a nice touch for an older figure. I always thought about putting that, for a custom, I could have used it. And in fact, you probably still can. I don't know. Just throwing that out there. Overall, here's the deal. Here's the deal. All these influencers, they probably don't get things answered for them either, that get these figures. It's not like McFarlane sends them a figure and then a manual as to who's getting it and when. So I don't know what's going on with this figure. I really don't. It's pretty shitty. I'm sure, like Cyborg Soups, after a few weeks, it will go retail everywhere. But hopefully it's just on the McFarlane Toy Store or BBTS, so you don't have to run around like a maniac searching for her. And hopefully the price levels out to $30, which what it should be to begin with, not $38. So that being said, hope you join us tonight on Monday Night Raw. We have Zakaden and the Elite Legend. We will discuss and pour one out for Diamond Select Toys. Take care. Have fun.
She got a great ass!
Woo! Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah!